What's going on, everybody? It's the Riverbug, and here today I'm tying up a tiny little bluegill jig. This jig is guaranteed to drive the panfish, small bait fish, bluegill absolutely crazy. This is a fantastic pattern for clear water, and definitely won't disappoint you. I know it hasn't disappointed me. We're going to start off with the thread. I'm using a red 6/0 uni thread, and for our tail material I'm actually going to be using a squirrel tail, this all natural gray squirrel, and this jig's small enough where we really will only be using that grayish black part of the end of the tail. It won't be very long at all because it's a bluegill jig. So I'm gonna get our tail material clipped down. We want that to be not very far off that jig head at all, as you can see, and you're not going to use very much of it. We're going to get that tied in there, a couple loose wraps, and we're going to tighten it down, kind of spread it out just a little bit. Once we get that spread out, we're going to tighten down. We're going to work that around a little bit, and we're going to tie that back up. I don't like how that wrapped. So I get that. We really want that squirrel tail to be seated right on the back of that jig head. So you just twist that around until you get it where you want it at. And really tighten down on it and go back up to the top there. There we go. And then for the body I got white here, but it's a super tiny thin chenille. Be perfect for the smaller jig that we're tying here today. It's more of a cheaper chenille. I bought it on Amazon when I very first started tying, and I haven't really been able to use it on anything much other than this because it's just too thin, but it works out perfect for these little bluegill jigs that I'm tying. We're just going to wrap that around really tight because where it's so thin, you want to get as much of that little bit of crystal flash to stick out as you can. And if you got a rotary vise, it'd be perfect. I do not have one yet. I'm planning on getting one. I haven't been tying very long, only about a couple months, but I've really had a lot of fun doing it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get me a Peak rotary vise here soon. We're just gonna wrap that chenille up. I got it twisted around my bobbin here. What in the world we got going on here? We've got us a mess here. There we go. Twist it all over, isn't it? Have to watch that. I'll just hold it out of the way there. And the reason for this red thread is we're actually going to build up a good little collar here on this jig. I believe that red collar will look kind of like gills in the water. Once we get up there, we're going to wrap our bobbin around our thread, around our chenille. Make sure it's cinched down tight, and we're going to go back around it. I like to do it a couple times on these small jigs because bluegill are notorious for destroying. I mean, a bluegill will tear up your jig. We're just going to clip that off real close. And for this jig, I'm building up a red collar. And my goal is to hopefully simulate gills in the water. At least that's what I hope the fish will think it is. gonna do our whip finish. And you're gonna have one mean bluegill jig once this is done. I only do about 3. We're gonna do 2 whip finishes. There we go. And then we're gonna clip our thread. Just like that, and there you have it. You got you one mean little bluegill jig. I'll show that. Take that out of the vise. And grab these scissors. I'll show you guys. It's a very small little jig, compact. It's a very tiny jig, as you can see. It's about the size of a quarter. It's not very big at all, but it will surely drive the bluegill crazy. Let me know what you guys think about this pattern down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you guys on the next jig tie.